No aspect of Henry VIII's life is as infamous as his 6 wives. Each of these women played a pivotal role in the tumultuous saga of his reign, their lives intertwined with the king's relentless pursuit of a male heir. These women, pawns in the king's desperate quest for a male heir, were often caught in the crossfire of political and personal ambitions. Their fates were sealed by the whims of a monarch whose desires were as unpredictable as the English weather. They became victims of his volatile temper and ever-shifting affections. Henry's moods could swing from passionate love to cold indifference, and his wives bore the brunt of these emotional storms.
I bore him a daughter, Mary. Our marriage, once a symbol of political alliance, became strained under the weight of his expectations. But Henry, obsessed with securing the succession with a male heir, grew increasingly restless. His anxiety over the future of his dynasty gnawed at him, leading him to question the validity of our union. He sought an annulment, claiming our marriage was cursed by God. This decision not only shattered our bond, but also set the stage for a seismic shift in the religious landscape of England.
Enter Anne Boleyn, a woman whose charm and intelligence captivated the king. Her presence at court was like a breath of fresh air, and Henry was immediately smitten. A woman of wit and ambition who refused to become the king's mistress, Anne demanded respect and recognition. She was determined to be more than just another conquest.
He defied the Pope, broke with Rome, and established the Church of England. This bold move was not just about love, it was a declaration of his sovereignty and a reshaping of the nation's religious identity. And married me in a move that shook the very foundations of Christendom. Our union was both a personal and political statement, challenging the established order.
Their passionate love affair was short-lived. The initial fervour of their relationship soon gave way to the harsh realities of court life and the pressures of producing an heir. Anne, too, failed to produce a male heir, giving birth to Elizabeth. Though Elizabeth would go on to become one of England's greatest monarchs, at the time, her birth was seen as a failure. Elizabeth, a future queen, but a disappointment to her father, was a constant reminder of Anne's inability to fulfill Henry's deepest desire. Accused of adultery and treason on flimsy grounds, Anne's downfall was swift and brutal. The charges against her were likely fabricated, a convenient way for Henry to rid himself of a wife who could not give him a son. She met her end on the executioner's block, her life cut short by the very man who once adored her.
As his 3rd wife, I finally gave him the son he craved, the future Edward VI. My brief time as queen was marked by this singular achievement. But his joy was short-lived, as I died shortly after childbirth. My death cast a shadow over the court, a stark reminder of the high cost of Henry's relentless quest for a male heir.
Henry's quest for a male heir wasn't just a personal obsession, it was a matter of national security. The horrors of the recent War of the Roses, a bloody civil war over the throne, were still fresh in everyone's minds. His desperation to secure the succession led him to commit his most audacious act, the break with the Catholic Church.
When Pope Clement VII refused to grant me an annulment from Catherine of Aragon, I took matters into my own hands.
In 1534, with the Act of Supremacy, he declared himself the supreme head of the Church of England. Monasteries were dissolved, their wealth confiscated, and those who opposed the king's religious authority faced his wrath. This act of defiance sent shockwaves through Europe, forever altering the religious landscape of England and establishing the Church of England as we know it today.